Good morning to all. Today, we will discuss about the some basic terminology involved in the synthetic methodology. So, syllabus already the introduction, terms, definitions, target molecule, retrosynthesis, disconnection, synthon, reagent, transform, and synthetic equivalents. Then these are the basic terms and criteria for selection of target molecule, functional group interconversion, disconnection or synthon approach for organic synthesis, synthetic tree, linear and convergent synthesis, one group carbon heteroatom disconnections, in that carboxylic acid derivatives, alcohols, ethers, alkyl halides, and sulfides, some of the compounds, and one group carbon-carbon disconnections, alcohols, carbonyl compounds. Finally, last topic in this chapter, retrosynthetic analysis involving chemo selectivity, regio selectivity, and stereo selectivity. We know the term synthesis, that means it is a Greek word put together. In the synthesis, what will we do is some substances, for example, some A, B, C, D, put together, you are getting a target molecule, final molecule. So the desired molecule is the target molecule. Here, synthetic organic chemistry is the art of building up a complex molecular structures of organic compounds, putting together smaller and easily available, that is commercially available compounds. So generally in any synthesis, the preferable synthetic process is always from a readily available or readily accessible starting molecules, starting compounds. Generally, they may be natural products or some petrochemicals. Okay, so the synthesis of an organic compound, synthesis means generally it is the building up a complex molecular structure of an organic compound. So a target molecule is synthesized from a readily available, that is commercially available smaller compounds. They are known as the starting materials. So in the synthetic methodology, the first synthesis, organic synthesis was reported by Frederick Wohler, that is the synthesis of urea from, what are the molecules, starting compounds for the urea? Anyone? Deepali?
Ammonia.
Ammonium cyanate. That is actually an intermediate. Ammonium cyanate undergo molecular rearrangement and gives the urea. And that ammonium cyanate is also prepared from two inorganic molecules. What are these two starting materials? Anyone? Silver cyanate and ammonium chloride. So these two on reaction gives the ammonium cyanate which undergo molecular rearrangement and gives the urea. And in 1845, Kolbe synthesized coined the word synthesis. And here he synthesized the molecule acetic acid. And the most spectacular synthesis of 19th century was the glucose. Since then, there are several outstanding syntheses, several compound syntheses. So here urea first synthesized by Frederick Wöhler in 1828, then Kolbe synthesized the acetic acid in 1845, and Fischer synthesized the glucose in 1890. Organic molecules often contain higher level of complexity than purely inorganic compounds, so that the synthesis of organic compounds has developed into one of the most important branches of organic chemistry. So well compared to inorganic, pure inorganic compounds, the organic molecules have higher level of complexity, the organic molecules, compared to purely inorganic compounds. So therefore, the development of organic synthesis or organic chemistry, several branches are developed to explain various complexities of the organic molecules. There are several main areas of research within the general organic chemistry or general area of organic synthesis. The important terminologies are the total synthesis, synthesis of a target molecule from readily available or commercially available starting compounds. That is the total synthesis of a target molecule, whether it is synthetic molecule or natural product. Semi-synthesis. So some part of the target molecule is synthesized in the semi-synthesis and methodology. So based on the known method, so we develop advanced methods by changing or by here some methods or some changing experimental conditions or catalyst or reagent. So we are getting a new method. So that is the methodology. And already we know Robert Woodward. Robert Burns Woodward is regarded as the father of modern organic synthesis, because here he synthesized strychnine and he received the Nobel Prize in 1965 for the developing not only the strychnine, several total synthesis. He developed the many of the total syntheses. Okay, and here the role of synthetic chemistry. So the synthetic chemistry is play an important role in many of the scientific topics. So it play an important role in the biology and in the medicine and general chemistry and materials. So it play a key role. The synthetic chemistry plays key role in many of the science areas. And the basic requirements for the synthetic chemistry: knowledge. So to synthesize any molecule, for example, we design a target molecule. For example, we design a target molecule on some X. So first of all, why you are selected that molecule is based on the some medicinal importance or some stereochemical aspects, and based on that, what are the some starting materials, readily available starting materials for that target molecule synthesis, and how the synthetic route is designed. So that type of knowledge we require. And in the synthetic chemistry or synthetic reaction, here we have a sound knowledge about many of the name reactions, many of the reagents, and solvent conditions. So here, if you have a sound knowledge about the chemistry in terms of name reactions, mechanisms, reagents, solvents, spectra also, in that case only we can design a target synthesis of a target molecule. And another important thing is, for synthetic chemistry, the chemist must require a creativity. So that is also an important for a chemist who is involved in the synthetic chemistry. And artistic taste, this is also very, very important. And persistence, experimental skills, stamina, and courage and character. These are the some important required basic requirements, not the basic requirements. The chemist who is involved in the synthetic chemistry, anyone want to do some research work or want to join in industry, they require, these are the four basic requirements: knowledge on the topics, what do you want synthesize or what is our target molecule, then creativity, artistic taste, persistence, continuous persistence, and also experimental skills. These are the very, very important in the industry. Stamina, continue to do work continuously for some hours. Because of some of the research work, we do continuously 24 hours, sometimes 48 hours. Okay. And finally, courage and character. And here organic synthesis that is divided into two main categories. Target oriented synthesis means we select the target molecule and that target must be biological importance, that is medicinal values or some stereochemical aspects. Then the methodology based synthesis. Here, modification of the some methods. Already one method is there for the synthesis of a particular X molecule. How best we modified in terms of yields or number of steps or cost effects. So we develop the some methods, new methods. Okay. So here in the target oriented synthesis, the target molecule must be a natural product, or sometimes it may be synthetic. That means a non-natural product. Non-natural product. So we can select the target molecule that must be a natural product or a synthetic product. But the important thing is it has some medicinal values or some chemical aspects or some new. And here the methodology based synthesis. So methodology based synthesis, we modify some reagents. Already it is the method synthesis of a particular X compound is there in the literature. How best we change the method to get that product in terms of more yields or more purity, or by decreasing the cost or decreasing the number of steps, that is time based. So therefore here we change the reagents or we change the catalyst or some synthetic strategies and synthetic tactics. So these are the important aspects in the methodology based synthesis. And now here we are entering into terms and definitions. The total synthesis, the chemical synthesis of a molecule from already a simpler starting materials. So starting materials already we know they may be commercially available. Commercially available petrochemicals are natural precursors. Okay, we design a molecule, we synthesize the total final molecule based on the simple target, simple starting materials. The target molecule is synthesized from a simpler starting materials. And this total synthesis may be accomplished by two ways, or accomplished either via a linear synthesis or linear approach. Another one is the convergent approach or convergent synthesis. Here, the linear synthesis is the process. It is a stepwise process. A is converted to B, B is converted to C, C is converted to D, D is converted to E is converted to F. Okay, that is a linear synthesis. In the convergent synthesis, A is converted to B, B is converted to C, then D is converted to E, and that C and E, we are getting the F. That is the convergent synthesis. In the convergent synthesis, we expect more yields because the number of steps are decreased. And semi-synthesis, the synthesis of a given molecule from an advanced precursor related to it. Semi-synthesis, partial here, not complete total synthesis it is. The synthesis of a given molecule from an advanced precursor related to it. So I think you are come across several examples in the natural products. So several precursors. From that we synthesize the final products. And formal synthesis. So it is the synthesis of a key intermediate that has been already converted into the target molecule. So this is a formal synthesis. And partial synthesis, already it is some portion of a natural product or any compound, target molecule synthesis, partial synthesis. A methodology. Methodology is a method may already exist in the literature for making one of the early synthetic intermediate or intermediates, and this method will be usually be used rather than an effort to reinvent the wheel. However, most intermediates are compounds that have never been made before, and these will normally be made using general methods developed by the methodology researchers. Here, methodology is the process modification of a method already exists in the literature by changing the reagents, by changing the catalyst, or by modifying the conditions, experimental conditions, temperature, phase, So here, most intermediates are the compounds that have never been made before, and these will normally be made using general methods developed by the methodology researchers. So here in the methodology, the intermediates, what are the intermediates prepared in the new methodology? They are not used in the previous method. Okay. And these to be useful, these methods need to give high yields. Important thing is the if you develop a new methodology that aim to give high yields and reliable for broad range of substrates. If you synthesize a target molecule by new method, you repeat several times, it may get the same yields or like that. Okay, so it is a reliable method. Now, a target molecule. Target molecule is the desired final compound in the synthesis or the molecule whose synthesis is being planned. Emma. A target molecule is a molecule which is desired as a final compound in the synthetic methodology or synthetic route, or it is a molecule whose synthesis is being planned. Now the starting material. So starting material is the species or a compound which is readily available chemical. It is a readily available chemical that can arrive at by retrosynthetic analysis, reverse synthesis. You desire a target molecule and then it is break down into simpler and simpler. So that process is called a retrosynthetic analysis. So in the retrosynthetic analysis, the final simplest one, which is readily available in the market or commercially available, that is considered as a starting material. So here, the readily available chemical that can arrive at by retrosynthetic analysis and thus probably convert into the target molecule. No doubt. Here you break down into simpler species. That simpler species again on connecting one by another, you are getting the again target molecule. So that is known as the starting material. Readily available chemical that can arrive at by retrosynthetic analysis and thus probably convert into the target molecule is known as the starting material. And retrosynthesis, the process of disconnecting the target molecule by breaking into simpler molecules until get to recognizable, readily available compound. Readily available compound is known as the retrosynthesis. And here we use the reverse, here retrosynthetic, the double-lined arrow used to indicate the reverse of synthesis reaction, that is retrosynthetic reaction. And disconnection, a retrosynthetic step involving the breaking of a bond to form two or more synthons or species is known as the disconnection. And reagent. Reagent is a compound which reacts to give an intermediate in the planned synthesis or to give target molecule itself. It is the synthetic equivalent of synthan. Now the synthetic equivalent, a reagent carrying out the function of synthan, which cannot itself used often because it is too unstable. The synthons are too unstable. For example, on breaking down a bond by heterolytic cleavage, you are getting an anion and a cation, the synthons, but they are not ready, they are unstable. So therefore, for example, an anion, carbanion. So we are using organometallic. A carbocation, we are using alkyl halide as a synthetic equivalent. A carbanion, Grignard reagent used as a synthetic equivalent. Syntha, an idealized molecular fragment, usually an ion. Generally, ions are produced by the disconnection, is the synthan. A retron terms here, a nominal molecular substructure that enable certain transformations. Similarly, retrosynthetic tree, a directed acyclic graph of several or all possible retrosynthesis of a single target is known as the retrosynthetic tree. Transform, the exact reverse of the synthetic reaction. That means retrosynthesis, transform. The formation of starting material from the product. Okay. So